we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks everyone for coming out. It's part of the Business Marketing Association Phoenix chapter event this afternoon. Thanks to our host Avnet, who was kind enough to let us use their tent this afternoon. For those of you who are familiar with BMA Phoenix, you know that typically we meet Tuesday afternoons, the third Tuesday of every month, and have real educational content-focused events on different marketing topics. This is a special event for us. Again, because of the venue and Avnet's willingness to host us, we're able to have everyone here to spend some time doing some networking. But because we're so focused on content and coming together as marketers and learning from each other, we also wanted to bring in some speakers who could talk to us all about what it takes to put on an event of this scale, and why, as a waste management organization and a waste and recycling organization, you would want to use a venue like this, a sponsorship like this, to help get your brand out in front of those different customers and prospects that you look to sell your products and services to. So we're very fortunate today to have Chip Smith from Waste Management here to talk to us, along with Tom King from the Thunderbirds. And so just before I let them come on, wanted to mention that our next monthly event is going to be on February 19th. I have a flyer that I'll pass around, and so kind of tied to this event, it's going to be on event marketing and how companies use events, how Avnet uses an event like this to entertain customers, to generate leads, to generate business and sales pipeline activity. So certainly grab a flyer, plan to come to that. And so, without further ado, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Chip to get started. Actually, let's turn it over to Tom to get started.
Well, thank you. First off, thank you for having your event here. As you can see, the weather's beautiful. So, a couple days ago, it was a little rainy, and now we've got beautiful weather. So, we think that the next 3 days in front of us is going to be absolutely beautiful. As you know, last year was 73, 72 and sunny all year long, and Saturday's shaping up to be great. But I'll just give you a little background. I have honored to have the tournament chairman here, Tom Altieri. Wave your hand. I'm the assistant tournament chairman. So he's been the hardest working Thunderbird all year long, and along with Waste Management, we prepare 11 and a half months. We take about 2 weeks off on Monday just to catch our breath. But it's really a process that starts with 55 guys, the active Thunderbirds, that each have committees of jobs, 3 or 4 guys on house and grounds, greenskeeper, bird's nest. And so we come together and we meet once a month, kind of all year long. How's our sponsorships doing? How's our renewals doing? And up to this point. So it's really a group effort. All the businesses, the communities help us, and it's all for charities. Last year we gave away $5.5 million to all local charities. In 40 plus years, it's almost $80 million of total give by the Thunderbirds as a group. And we're all volunteers. So we're out here, we just did a radio show and talked about the time that we put in, and they asked us, how do you balance your day job and your families and all that? And it's a 1 or 2 year commitment, and then we become lifebirds, so we can just enjoy the things without having to day-to-day grind. But we're honored. We can't do this without our signature sponsor in Waste Management. They have been phenomenal the last few years of growing what we've built. Before our first sponsor, it was just the Thunderbirds that did it. Now we've got a platform in Waste Management that has taken this whole thing to a new level. As you can see, some of our new venues, the military Patriots Outpost on 18, that's honor all the military folks that have served our country for free, get in for free, food, beverage. We did Operation Shower yesterday with 40 women that are pregnant or just had babies, militaries, their husbands are overseas or out of the country. We've got Bird's Nest over there. We're doing a country western night tomorrow night, first time ever. So that's really what our Thunderbirds are about. I mean, do you guys have questions? Have you guys who's all been here? So you guys all know the Phoenix Open and what it's all about, right? Questions is the best way to get.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt Tom just for a second to remind everyone that the best way for us to generally manage our meetings is to interrupt early and often. If you have questions, don't hesitate to shoot it at these guys, because we want to make this collaborative. So, there's all of you either have clients or are with companies who need to figure out what's the best way to market yourselves to other businesses. And so, we have some experts here who are going to give you some good insight on how to do that.
After FBR left as sponsor, you were looking for a sponsor, and maybe Chip can talk about it, but how was it, how did that come together, and how has it scaled in those few years?
Yeah, I mean, Waste Management was already a sponsor at a certain level. So it really became a no-brainer when that piece would happen. And then from there, Chip, I'll let you jump in. I mean, they have taken it to a whole new level the last couple of years.
Well, our relationship with Open has been about 13 years. I mean, we've been here as a sponsor in various ways. We've been operationally behind the scenes, taking care of the materials on course, taking care of the trash on course. So we had a relationship with the Thunderbirds from that. And the opportunity came up. Opportunities don't come along that often to sponsor golf tournaments, especially the really good ones, right? And there's a very unique relationship with the Thunderbirds. It's a unique relationship across the entire country. It doesn't exist like this anywhere else. And so when we had the opportunity to come in, and it was kind of last minute because those guys pulled out late, and they came to us and we said, hey, this is a great opportunity to extend our brand. And that's really how it came together, very quickly. So we had to make some quick decisions, and that's a tough thing about being a marketer. Sometimes you got to just be up on the balls of your feet and take a gamble, right? And I don't know that our company knew that this would pay well when we took this, right? I think we took a gamble, we took a shot, and we've really turned it into something unique. And it's really been a great way to position our brand. So I think that's how it came together, and now it's built over the years. So this is our 4th year, and we get more engaged and more involved as we go every year.
Tom, to walk the grounds, you wouldn't think that there were any other companies sponsoring this event besides Waste Management, because their
I
logos
see an
everywhere.
Avnet sign out there.
How many different companies have representation here in terms of being an official sponsor in some capacity?
Oh, I mean, there's only a core of big sponsors, but it goes to almost 100 in terms of small. I'm in the beverage business. I sell wine and spirits. So I work for Southern Wine and Spirits. I have alone 11 brands between spirits, wine, and one beer that in some capacity sponsor some package out here. So,
any sense of what the smallest company is in terms of size that creates some sponsorship here?
$10,000 is probably the valet guy over at Bird's Nest. Is probably the smallest one we have. I mean, other than that, they're large in scale. And we like activation. So it's not just give us a check, it's more, hey, what can you do to add to the elements? And now the recycling part of it is all of our vendors are into this. They come to us and, hey, these packets are our utensils. Where do we get them to make sure that we're all 100% green? So it's been a great, what they brought to us and our sponsors is great.
Chip, can you talk a little bit about activation from Waste Management's point of view and some of the things you do here?
No, and actually I'm going to move the shade to do that because I'm blind over
time.
I mean, the first question as marketers you probably have is, why is a trash company doing a golf event? What can you possibly get out of a golf event, right? And I do not want to hear you saying the Waste Management Phoenix Open. We don't say that out here, right? That is not a term we're going to use. We're not going to use that. It may be, but we don't talk about it, okay? So that's something we don't do. But why did Waste Management get into the golf tournament? And it's an interesting story. But this is really an opportunity for us to reposition a brand. We're in the middle of repositioning our brand into an environmental services brand. I mean, people probably don't know today that Waste Management produces more electricity than the entire solar industry combined. So the entire solar industry, we generate more electricity. We're running CNG trucks. We've got the largest fleet in North America of CNG trucks, which is lowering the carbon footprint. We're taking the gas out of our landfills, piping it back into some of those CNG trucks, which is great for the environment, great for our bottom line at the end of the day. So we are really transforming a company from a trash company that puts stuff in a hole in the ground, right, to a company that recycles, reuses, and composts everything. We have a vision over the next 20 years to not put anything in the ground, use everything, and we hope that vision is we'll eventually be mining the landfills we own, pulling that carbon back out of it and reusing it. And we've got all kinds of investments. Our company runs a VC shop out of the back investing in technology. We're investing in technology all over the country to try to bring these new innovations. Right? You don't hear that a lot because Waste Management doesn't stick our logo on it until we start to take it to market. But what we do is we invest in technology companies that take materials, not trash, but materials that come from homes and businesses, and either blast them with heat hotter in the sun and use those chemicals, plastics that you can't use today, and recycling, melting those down into crude oils. We have a plant in San Antonio. We're getting to open a new plant in Philly that allows us to take trash, turn it into a coal substitute that's hotter and cleaner than coal. And it's 95% cleaner than coal, and you can burn that to make electricity. So take the trash right out of the cities, put a plant right in the city, turn it into pellets that we can then use in industry and we can use to generate electricity. So that's the vision for our company. And you say, okay, now what does that have to do with golf? All right, okay, that's a cool vision, Chip, but what does it have to do with golf? Well, what it has to do with golf is if you look around, this is the world's largest stage for us to sell the fact that we're not a trash company, but we're an environmental services company. We came up last year with the Zero Waste Challenge, the Zero Waste Challenge model, and it was a big gamble for us. We didn't know how much trash we could divert away from landfills when we started this process. We had some numbers from years before, but we didn't know how far we could go. Well, we put a really tough goal in place of 90%, and we achieved 97%. So 97% of the materials that you guys have on your tables right now that's going to go into an bin at some point is not going to go into a hole in the ground and pollute the planet. What it's going to do is it's going to go to a recycling facility, or it's going to go to organics and be used for fertilizer and compost and other things. So this year, we bring back the Zero Waste Challenge as our platform, and it allows it, and we're shooting for 100% diversion, which means 100% of the materials will be sorted and look for ways to use it. We also meet with all the vendors out here. Every single vendor, starting months ago, Tom comes to the meetings. We have the Thunderbirds actively involved in this, and we meet with all the vendors and say, okay, you can't bring that kind of fork, you can't bring that kind of cup. I can't tell you the discussion I had with the Dunkin' Donuts CMO a couple of years ago about those styrofoam cups. And let's all hope when you go over to Dunkin' Donuts today, they're going to hand you a paper cup, because that's what they've been doing.
They are.
Yeah. Has anybody had a Dunkin' Donuts coffee yet? Got a paper cup? It's fantastic. They don't do that anywhere else on the planet, by the way. They just do that here at this event. And that's fantastic because they're getting involved with us, and we get all the vendors involved in our vision. So what does this give us? It gives us 500,000 eyeballs on our new sustainability platform. Right? It gives us 500,000 eyeballs on our new vision for our corporation. It also gives us a ton of media value on that too. So I got my 500,000 eyeballs on site actively engaged. Then I've got millions of TV viewers as well. So it's a great platform for us, and we're doing a lot of unique things here. A lot of unique things that are done nowhere else. We have over 1,000 recycling ambassadors on site. You'll see them, they're wearing green caddy bibs. You may have seen them already with recycling ambassador on their back. They're there to help people that don't know which can to put things in. They're there if trash cans are overflowing. There's no trash cans, by the way, I'll get to that in a minute. But they're there to help with the materials on the course to make sure that things go in the right place. But I tell you what's interesting is we have people from all over the country that come to be a recycling ambassador because they're concerned about the environment. We run into environmentalists. We run into all kinds of interesting people that come from all over the country to get involved in the green movement with us. And no, are we a green company? Are we tree huggers? We're absolutely not. We're about making a profit. This company is about making money. I mean, I have a gentleman back there who's at River Republic. He can verify that in this industry we're about making money. But what we believe that there's no such thing as sustainability without profitability. Because you can have all the great altruistic ideas about saving the planet, but if I can't pay my 45,000 people to do it, and I can't send their kids to college and feed them, it's probably just a great idea, right? And ideas without action are, a waste. So that's the vision, that's the model. So on course we've got some cool stuff. No trash cans. You see these green and white bins? That's compost and recycling. There's 5,000 of those, 5,600 of those around the course. Again, we got the recycling ambassadors. We're using solar energy. You can see our solar panels from here that we're using on our tent at 18. We're using gray water to save water here. So, and all these portalets you see around, the water that comes out of the kitchens goes into the portalet. So we're saving a ton of water. So we've got a number of initiatives here that are very unique. And we've got a lot of other tournaments coming to us and saying, can we get involved? And that's what's really great for us. We got the phone ringing about these ideas because of what we're doing here. So we're doing this at the Shell. We're doing this at Pebble Beach. Now we're not doing it like we're doing it here. We're doing it here in a huge way. But we're continuing. We're looking for opportunities to bring this to all of our customers and all sporting venues. Oh my goodness, that was a rant, wasn't it? I apologize for that.
Got to roll.
in brand awareness and brand understanding?
See, I knew that was going to be the very first question, and you nailed it. And
I'm a direct marketer.
see, Tom's here, and all I can tell you is there's very little or any value because we have to negotiate in a couple of years. No, we huge value. No, we absolutely. There's a number of ways we do, and all of you guys have probably. How many people have done some sports marketing in their careers, been involved in this kind of tournament? So there's a standard ways, right? You look at how many impressions did you get. Well, over here is Lisa Gordon, name change, in the green. Over here, she puts all the branding throughout the course. You'll notice some of it when you're walking around, you say that logo's sideways or that logo's backwards, watch it on TV. Right? So, and also, by the way, if you're out here for a couple days, watch the logos, they may move because we're going to be watching footage. And we're going to see where the logos are, and those in the lakes, they may be moving a little bit. So it gets our brand out there, right? So we're looking to make sure we get those camera angles and position it. So that gives you the media value, the impression value. Everybody knows about how media impressions are. We have a third party that measures that, and that gives us huge numbers, which we know are ridiculous. But you divide by 3 or 4, and you say, hey, that's true brand value. But the real value is we're entertaining a ton of customers out here, our best customers out here. They're playing in the Pro-Am right now. So I've got Caterpillar out there, I've got Walmart out there, I've got Target out there, I've got Kohl's out there, I've got a lot of big industrial guys out there, names you don't even know about, out there, and it's all part of the customer retention effort, right? So we're entertaining hundreds of millions of dollars worth of customers on this as well. So we look at retention rates, we also look at expansion of the business after we leave. We also do something really unique here on activation is we have a sustainability summit. So we bring 200 sustainability executives from all over the country here. Tomorrow night's the reception. The next day on Thursday, we have an all-day meeting, 200 plus executives, and we bring in thought leaders, people that are really on the bleeding edge of sustainability to educate them on how they can grow sustainability measures in their companies. And what does that do for waste management? One, we don't get up on the podium much. We're not up on the podium much, but what we do is that we offer our consulting services to those guys after they leave if they want to take some of these ideas and drive them home. And a lot of those are our customers, and so it allows us to push our share of wallet, right? So we get actively engaged in pushing them with sustainability initiatives as well. And it's really cradle to cradle. I'm getting deep into sustainability, and you guys are going to go right into a coma because, I'm a marketing guy too. I'm just learning this stuff. But we work all the way from top to bottom. We work with manufacturers on what kind of plastic are you putting in your toys for toy manufacturers, because we need stuff that we can break down at the other end and reuse. A lot of stuff is the wrong stuff coming out of China and everything, and make a couple little tweaks, and that stuff is now quality stuff that we can either reuse or melt down and repurpose. And it's not stuff that goes right in landfill. So we use this platform to bring people in and bring up the discussion about sustainability and get the thought leaders in, and we measure that in terms of how we grow and share a wallet, how have we got new customers through that because we bring prospects in as well. So we really measure 3 or 4 key elements of that to look at the total picture. And then we wrap that into packages to say, hey, this is what we pay, this is how much management time it takes to pull this off, because we do it in-house. I mean, my team, it works 9 months on this thing. These guys do 11 and a half, we do 9 months of preparing. It's not every day, but the last 3 months, it's Miss Gordon's almost full-time job for the last 3 months is getting this tournament looking fantastic. So it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of energy. We add up all those costs, and we just do an ROI analysis and say, are we getting our bang for our buck? I know that's a long-winded question a long-winded answer to a short question.
Sustainability is a new logo acquisition, or is this
You mean the Sustainability Forum for that?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we're raising the bar. We have more consultants than we've ever had before on board. We're going to new organizations, presenting them new ideas, and they're starting to ask for us and bring us in. And this event gets the word out, and it drives the push versus pull. So we're getting more pull than push. And so yeah, absolutely. We're absolutely getting into new grants with that. You like that? That's great. That's great. Some people in this room helped come up with that. The Thunderbirds, sometimes get mad at us for stealing the greatest show on grass. So what we say is the greatest and the greenest show on grass. We like to use both lines because it truly is both. I mean, this is a very unique tournament. I mean, I don't know if you know it, but this is the most attended golfing event on the planet. This is the most raucous event on the planet. It's the most fun golf event. How many you guys been to a lot of the golf tournaments, right? I mean, this doesn't even compare. I mean, this is a very, very unique venue. So it truly is the greatest show on grass, but we want to make it the greenest as well, and we're really working hard to do that, and we continue to make strides every year. Our operations teams get better and better, and so it's a lot of fun. Yes, sir. Yeah, I used to for a long time, monster.com.
That's always my perspective in looking at what companies are doing. An event like this, you mentioned 500,000 eyeballs. Can you talk a little bit about the digital strategy that you're leveraging in having them, or anything you'd care to share?
No, it's all top secret. No, it's interesting. The Thunderbirds have been really aggressive with the website. You will note that there are apps now to be on course that you can use. That's new in golf. Not many people are doing that. In fact, I think you guys were the first, right? You want to talk about that a little bit?
We partnered with Kyocera Sprint. There's a mobile app. It used to be, if you guys have been coming to this for years, everyone snuck their phone in, right? Who didn't? Put in their sock. And everyone knew it. So we went to the PGA and said, hey, let's just be the first to, let's allow phones. Let's try to figure this out in the right positive way. So they did. Now you bring your phone in. There's an app that tells you where you are on course, how to navigate, where the nearest watering hole is, where do you want to go get a cocktail, where the restrooms are. So check it out. It's Kyocera Sprint, and they've been a great partner to help us do this. No up-to-date scores. It's pretty scary how neat this technology is for us, and the PGA is recognizing us being very unique in the mass of chaos. They also call us the Woodstock of the golf tournaments. This is just, they can't even get their head around what goes on out here. But
people ask me the difference between a normal golf course, and I always had the same line. I said, well, if you've seen the Masters, that's definitely a symphony.
Yeah.
This is a rock concert, right? I mean, that's your, it's both music, but it's different, totally different. And back to digital. We've done a ton of new things this year. Like one thing is we give a lot of money away to charity. One thing's Green Out Day, where everybody comes in here. They wear green on Saturdays. Anybody wear Green Out Day? How many people seen a sign on Green Out Day? Shame on you. On Saturdays, if you're out here, wear your green. These guys are going to give $1 away for everybody's got something green on. And it all goes to charity, local Phoenix charities. This year we did online. We did a contest to see which charities we give that money away to. And we narrowed it down to 3, so it's Keep America Beautiful, Keep Phoenix Beautiful, and Arizona Forward. And we let the fans vote. Whoever got the most votes got 50%, the next one got 35%, the last one got 15% of the money that we'll raise. And given that the weather's going to be great, it's probably going to be more than $50K, so that's serious money. We also did a online promotion this year to extend the value of the Phoenix Open, so we're giving away free tickets online through our Bagster campaign. Have everybody heard of a Bagster product that we have in Home Depot? Nobody. It's terrible.
I've
1,
heard
2,
of
3,
it.
4,
I've
5.
heard of
Okay, good. So I don't get fired this week. No, I almost lost my job. Good. So we got one of our consumer retail products is Bagster. You can buy it at Home Depot. It's when you're remodeling a kitchen. So if you're not remodeling a kitchen, you really don't have a need for it. But we did a promotion online, got 60,000 page views, got people engaged, and for us, that's big because that's a very small product line. It's only regionally sold for us. It's a very small product line, so we got a lot of engagement. Over 15,000 people applied to win tickets, so we actually got more engagement on that promotion than we had on any other. We also have our head of social media here with us, Jenny Devon, and we have been tweeting and Facebooking and communicating and promotioning about this tournament for months, and she's only here for this hour, and then she's going to go right back out and keep doing that. So we're all over Twitter. What's your handle?
At WM Phoenix Open, and then at Waste Management.
Okay, at WM Phoenix Open. Put that in your Twitter, and mine's at SmithCGJR because everybody on the planet's named Smith, so it's hard for me to get one.
What's it again?
At SmithCGJR. Smith Charles G. Jr., if you want to know where that came from. But yes, so we're active in the Twitter sphere, and it's generating a lot of interest and a lot of feedback and a lot of people about our environmental solutions.
On the social media aspect, what's the most important aspect that you look at driving traffic? How do you do that? What are you looking at as far as, hey, I'm doing a great job, or hey,
You want to answer that?
For us, we have a multi-pronged strategy. So I would say one of the most important things regarding this tournament is to continue our key messages, the great work that Lisa Gordon and the team does regarding the key messages. So not just that people are having fun and a safe time at the Waste Management Phoenix Open, but we're talking about our sustainability initiatives. We're talking about thinkgreen.com. We're talking about the other aspects of our business. With social, we have many different things we want to do. Obviously, driving revenue is important. So we look at cause marketing things like our partnerships that Chip described, where people can sign up for new services, but it also benefits a nonprofit. And Dave Mayfield and his team helps us with that as well.
Was sustainability the reason you guys actually took over the event? Or is that something that came up?
Well, yeah. Where do you go from here? It's a good question. Yeah, we absolutely are, but we're not looking to sponsor other major events. And we do have other sponsorships around the country. A lot of those come with our hauling contracts or our sustainability contracts that we currently have. So we're in a lot of venues around the country. We're in the MetLife Stadium. Of course, we do a lot of stuff in Houston. Of course, we're in most of the stadiums there. And we do some branding with that, but we're not in major sponsorship role. We're in minor sponsorship role, and that's really in relationship to the business we do with them. And that model will continue to perpetuate itself, but this will be where we focus our energy. On this event. But what is happening is we're having a lot of these events that we don't currently have business with come to us and say, okay, how do we do a sustainable sporting events? So we're getting more involved, and even, some of them are even customers, because a lot of our customers, we can show up and haul your trash, but that may be all they want us to do. And we'll serve you that way too. If that's what you want, that's what we'll give you. But we'd much rather put a sustainability model in place and have education and training and recycling bins and organics and the whole 9 yards for sustainability. If you want us to come haul the trash, we're not going to say no to the business. But we're now having some of our own customers in these sporting venues saying, it's really cool what you're doing out there in Phoenix. Come talk to us, bring your consultants in, let's talk about how we make a difference in our venue. So it's been a whole lot of fun. I mean, we're on the phone with, the conversations that I get to have are a lot more fun than they could be if we weren't moving in this direction. So we're meeting with, Kentucky Derby called us the other day, and it's how do we get rid of all these alcohol bottles that we have, right? Because everybody's soused at that too. So it's we got neat phone calls we get to make about sporting events and venues because of what we're doing right here. Yes, sir.
I know you feel this is a B2B effort, even though it's B2C.
Right.
So, as B2B marketers, what did you learn that we can use as tricks that we kind of think this way and in a box? And what are some things you didn't think you would do 2 years ago and that are more kind of consumer orientated that we could probably say, yeah, we could do that in our own venues?
Yeah, that's it. I knew you were going to throw me the tough question. You and I talked before, and that's a really tough question. But this really is a consumer event, right? There's 500,000 consumers out here, and we've turned it into a B2B venue. And I think the trick, I probably already touched on it, so I'll go back to it. The trick, the sustainability model, and the education, the sustainability forum model that we've put together, and turning it not into just a golf event where we entertain clients, but where we educate. And turn it into, use the spectacle of the Phoenix Open, and it's a spectacle, right? It's a big spectacle, but use the spectacle of the Phoenix Open to educate, train, and set a vision and a course for customers and clients. I think that's been the single biggest trick out of this that has gained us business and has driven our ability to have different conversations with our clients. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the word I was going to use. We've really tried to position ourselves as a thought leader in this space. And it's grown dramatically. We started out with 50 customers. We thought, while we're out there, let's have 50 customers. We'll have a meeting. We'll talk about cool stuff. We're now getting 250. It's year 3, 250, and we're kind of having to limit the list because of our venue size this year. We'll probably double again next year. We'll probably have 500 or so. So it's becoming a big event. And it's sustainability executives. It's VPs of sustainability and chief titles of sustainability. Guys you guys don't know a lot about. I didn't either when I took the job, right? Who are these sustainability people? What on earth do they do? But they're out there. They're all playing golf today, and they're the guys in charge of making their companies green. And we bring them in and we talk about where you can go, and then we talk about where we're going, and then we talk about the golf tournament where we are today, and then we break out into sessions and say, okay, how can we make this happen in your company? And we have some really tough, back and forth with really smart people about how they drive it in their big corporations and get through the politics and the issues that drive it. And then we can come in at that point and say, okay, let us help you make it happen. We can take a piece of that action. So that's it in a nutshell.
Lisa earlier, she also mentioned that you were shooting video here last week that you were using internally, so you can create those talking points and that vision and make sure people internally are adopting it, from top to bottom. And I think that's, as B2B marketers, that's pretty key, for us to be able to get the sales force and everyone in the organization understanding and believing in, what the company vision as a whole.
Yeah, that's right. There's really two things going on. I mean, we're shooting internal video with our sustainability experts. We have sustainability experts on staff. We also have operational experts on staff that are at this tournament. We fly some people in from around the country just to work this tournament, or at least from the Four Corners area here. We fly people in from all around. And we are shooting videos of those guys that we use internally, promotionally, to educate them on what's going on here. But we're also shooting video that our salespeople use when appropriate to talk about all the innovative things we're doing. So it's a lot of fun. You come in with a dry, boring sales conversation, you can pop on a video about the cool, innovative things we're doing. And the Waste Management Phoenix Open can be a part of that, and we can show what we're doing here and how we can apply that back to your business. It's much more engaging because it's real, it's tangible. You were there, I saw it on TV, I saw those silly trash cans all over, recycling bins and compost bins all over the site. So it's very easy to relate to it in how we're executing versus just talking, just being the thought leader. We want to be the thought leader with a strong base of operational execution underneath it, and that allows it to be tangible. So that's really how we're using those videos. We shoot a ton of video when we're out here. Today's the only day we haven't shot videos so far this week. So we've been shooting since Sunday, different videos that we can bring and then reuse for our sales team. Yes, sir. That's a great question. Yeah, that's what you said? Yeah, we have used Net Promoter Score in the past. We're actually transitioning in between that, so I don't want to get into the details of that, but the answer is yes, we do that. Are we great at tying what this event does to our Net Promoter Score for the whole year through all of our sales call? I'll say no, we're not there yet. We're using it as leverage. The things I talked about measuring before is where most of the measurement happens. It's the people that attended, the people that were at our sustainability venue, the media value, and then we track that throughout the year in terms of what happened with those businesses that were engaged on this level with us. I don't think we're doing a great job yet, and that's an opportunity for us to work with Net Promoter Score and say what did it do across the board with all of our sales activity. So yeah, we could be better at that. Yeah, we have a whole sales group. I mean, our marketing group is really brand and sales support and media strategy, and then we have a whole sales team, sales operations team that drive that for us. So that didn't come out of my group. It's on our same. We're on the same team, but that's a separate group. You had a question?
Our what?
A force.
Oh,
you're a force.
I said the worst. I'm like, oh my God. We didn't do it.
And one of the biggest things that I want advice on is how do you attract, what are the core values exactly that you're looking for in these people, and how do you lead them and keep them working as hard as they do?
You're talking Thunderbirds. Yeah, the organization.
Yeah, because I don't know what you do for a living.
I'm a wine and spirit salesman by day, but the Thunderbird organization is 1932 by Goldwater. Barry Goldwater started the organization. The whole idea was to get people to come to Phoenix. Where was it? So the platform in 1937 was golf, and so as 5 business leaders were selected, and the Chamber of Commerce logo was the Thunderbird. So they said, hey, let's call ourselves the Thunderbirds. And so for 5 years, 5 guys ran a golf tournament. Phoenix Country Club was very small, and then it got too big, and so all 5 guys picked 10 guys. Now it's 55, and we've never changed the rules since 1937. Hence this goofy outfit we wear. This is 1937. We haven't changed anything of it. You get in, we elect all business leaders in the community to vote. You got to get in before you're 40, and when you're 45, you're out. You become a lifebird. So I got in when I was 36. I'm 41 now. I got, after a chairman, I'll be big chief, then I'm out. And then, so we're constantly trying to find business leaders like yourselves in the community that can add the values of what we're trying to do. It's charity, the give, and this is our platform, golf. And then what they do I said Woodstock earlier, and it really was. I mean, now we have networking going on. People feel comfortable coming out here. It's not the crowd and the craziness of drunk idiots. It's very controlled. Security's at every hole, and we really value. That's kind of the core of what the Thunderbirds have done, and it's really getting the right guys that have the values. And if you don't, then it doesn't work. But you've got a tremendous. I mean, Derek Hall is the president of Diamondbacks. He's one of our guys. Sam Fox, biggest restaurant owner in town. He's a Thunderbird. We're all from different parts of. We have 20 bankers. We got lawyers, doctors, and when you put 55 guys together like that, the ideas and things that come out it's great. So it's been years of that. So, but we work for beads and free T-shirts. That's it. We get and free alcohol because I donate half of it. But really, that's it. It's just a love of the community and Arizona. Most of the guys are ASU or U of A graduates, and a lot of them are born and raised here. But that's not a criteria. I'm from California. We have guys from all over the country. So
we're in the ASU Sustainability. I forget the name of the foundation. I think it's a Sustainability Foundation. So we make a pretty large contribution to that, and we've been partnered with ASU for a long, long time. And we're actually we're a partner of theirs with the hauling of materials as well. So we worked with ASU a long, long time. At the Sustainability Summit, they play a key role. They're on the council that helps us decide what we're going to present, what thought leaders we're going to bring in. I talked to you about those breakout sessions. Well, those are going to be run by ASU. So we got the ASU Decision Theater Group. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but we're going to do the Decision Theater exercise with our sustainability executives in the second half of the day on Thursday. So they're a huge partner. They play a huge role with us. We moved the venue this year. It has been at ASU for the past couple of years. We needed a bigger spot because we kept growing. So we moved the venue this year, but they're a fantastic partner. They push us. On our sustainability issues that we can do on universities, and we use them for case studies because it's a great partnership where we push them, they push us on different issues. So I can't say enough about the relationship we have with ASU and how that's working good for them and good for us. We're introducing them to a lot of neat people that get involved in the sustainability strategy piece, and they're bringing great thought leadership to what we do. So yeah, that's a great partnership, and it's been, I can't remember how many years we've been partners with them, but it's been a long time. I've been with the company 2 years, but we've been with ASU a long, long time and on sustainability. And in fact, some of the most innovative work we've done in sustainability has really come out of the Phoenix area. It's come out of ASU and our university partners. We're the biggest hauler of university campuses. And so we do a ton of work with universities, and we do a ton of work with their thought leaders around sustainability too. So we do a lot of this type of work on various campuses, but our ASU relationship is probably our biggest and our best. In fact, I know it's our biggest and our best. I don't want to say best, but it's the most focused on sustainability, right? So I don't want to, anybody from another university, don't get mad about that comment. But we have really been working together as partners for a long time. So it's a great relationship. Good question. I wish I'd hit on that earlier.
So, 2 years, you had nothing to do with Undercover Boss.
No, I did not, but the lady that's here, my good friend, put that all together. In fact, the producer of one of the guys that brought that to us, he's here today as well. I did have 3 whole words on the pitch. They cut everything I said. It was that Southern accent thing, I think. I think it was, racism against people with redneck accents, but no, we did the pitch reality show. But they did Undercover Boss, which was a stroke of brilliance because that was a lightning bolt. We don't ever expect that to happen again. Don't bet the bank on an Undercover Boss experience. The Undercover Boss, we were first. We took a risk, right? We were first out of the gate on that. We were first with the pitch too, and that was under my. I mean, that wasn't that great. But with Undercover Boss, first out of the gate, promoted like crazy on the Super Bowl and aired right after the Super Bowl. Our ratings were through the roof. It really did a great job of positioning us, and I think we paid about $10 for it. I mean, we didn't pay a dime. We were the first. We couldn't get any company to do it, so it was a fantastic media exposure for us, and it was just our the marketing group and our communications group taking a risk. And you may note, our CEO wasn't on that. Our COO was on that. Our CEO, David Steiner, was like, I don't know if a CEO should show up on that show. That's a lot of risk, right? So our COO said, what the heck, we'll do it. I know everything about operations. This is operations focused. And he was fantastic, I thought. I think he did a great job. But yeah, that's a lightning strikes once type of opportunity, I think. We continue to look for them, but we never go in assuming we're going to get the pitch kind of numbers. So yeah, that was good stuff. We still get people talking about the pitch. So I mean the
We talk about B2B, B2B, B2C. What about the youth? What can we do to engage youth to be able to have this one world? Not that that's a marketing target.
Well, it is. We have a public sector group, and we do tons of work with public schools and private schools, and we have education programs, and we have training programs, and we bring people out to our MRFs, materials centers, where we're recycling all that, and we have education programs for the kids there as well. We have online stuff that they can download, so we're actively engaged in that. We need to be. It's self-serving at the end of the day, right? If we can embed the ideas in the kids, they're eventually going to be the business leaders of tomorrow, and they're going to want to do sustainability initiatives, and that's right where we want to be in 20 years. So it's self-serving at the end of the day. I don't think it started out that way. But at the end of the day, it really is. So that's money well spent. We have a very strong public sector group, and we do a lot of kid education. We do a lot of tours of our facilities, and we're constantly rotating elementary schools through and junior highs through, and teach them how we recycle and show them that crazy recycling effort we do, single stream. We have guys picking it out. It's really fascinating. I mean, I don't know if you guys know that the way recycling is done across America is very, very different depending on the type of facility you have. And even this company, we bought hundreds of companies to build waste management. At one time, we were a holding company before we were a brand, and we're buying up, waste management companies. And what you get is what you get. So you got a recycling facility that doesn't take glass, or it doesn't take this, or it doesn't take that, or it requires everybody to sort. Well, we have to invest in that, break that down, rebuild it, and make it single stream, which means I can dump everything in one container. Then we dump it out when we get there, and we have some really high-tech gear that goes through and sorts all those materials and gets the metals out, and sorts the plastics, gets the papers out. So the sorting still happens, but it's on the back end. And this, 2 years for me, so I'm learning this stuff as we go. But people say, yeah, I recycle, and after being in it for a bit, you kind of chuckle and say, no, you sort. We recycle. You guys sort, then we take it from you, we drive it a bunch of miles, we put it in a factory, we sort it all out, we melt it down, we compact it, and then we put it on ships going to China or wherever it is, and we're recycling, you guys are sorting. So there's a lot more to it. There's a full circle going on there that people think, the evil waste companies. Well, really, we're doing a ton. We are the last link in the chain on sustainability. I mean, when you take that trash out to the road, there's a lot that happens after that happens. And we're the last link in the chain. And so if we can change our model, the world really changes the way they manage their resources. So that's what's exciting about it. I was an internet guy with Monster.com for 8 years, working in Manhattan. And you go, how did you get in trash? Well, I bought the vision. The vision's really cool. The vision for this company is really neat. And we're trying to change the world in terms of the way we deal with resources. I did a lot of fun stuff working on Monster.com and lots of marketing promotions and all that kind of stuff. But I gotta tell you, this is meaningful work because we're making a difference in society, and we're doing it the right way. We're not just talking about it. We're building facilities and operations. We've got people in place, and we're running trucks that do it. So it's real. It's not talk. It's tangible. So that's the fun part.
Who led that brand decision?
What's that?
The whole decision of the strategy of where you're going. Was it led by C-level folks, the CEO, or communications group? How did you guys get to what? Because I think we're all buying what you're saying.
Right.
So, but how did you decide?
That's an excellent question, because to get to where we're going is going to take pain, a lot of pain. I mean, the cheapest way to run a business is pick it up and throw stuff into landfills, but the vision is more complicated, but it's really more about where's the world going, and how do we play a role in getting it there and maintaining our relevancy, right? I mean, we have to go the way, the mindset of the community. So we did research about attitudes and opinions and sustainability and strategies, and we've had consultants look at it, but the C level, coming down from David Steiner, our CEO, has really been driving the vision for the company. The C-suite's been driving that. We've been engaged in doing the research and feeding the information they use to make those decisions, but it's come down from our executives. I mean, they've got the vision of where we want to go, so it's great to work with a group that sees around corners a little bit. And at the end of the day, all strategic decisions are a gamble, right? Unless you have a crystal ball and you know what the future's really about. All strategic decisions are a gamble, and you offset that gamble by as much research as you can possibly get. But it's a lot like financial research, right? Research can be great and the stock can crash tomorrow, but you get all the best data you can get. You get customer perception data, you get market industry trends, and you map that out, and you say, this is where our company needs to be to grow and be successful in the future, and that's how it came together.
So the non-marketing takeaway is that every month you should happily pay your trash bill for the privilege of having companies like Waste Management come and pick that stuff up.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Thanks for that.
So both of you have been very generous with your time. I know you have a busy schedule, so thank you. Just as a quick reminder, we have our February event where we'll be talking about live events. Not to diminish the legacy of the Thunderbirds, but the Business Marketing Association has actually been around since 1922. Wow. And we celebrated our 90th anniversary this last year.
Is that the outfit?
This outfit is about 6 years old, which is how long our Phoenix chapter's been around. So definitely come out and see us again if you have questions about the association. Certainly see me. I'm Matt Hensler. I'm the president of the Phoenix chapter, and there's a few other of us around with shirts like this on. So thanks again, guys.
Thanks for having us. Thanks a lot. That's fun.
Hey, Matt, this is the preview
Shooting video. Do we need to move for you?
Chin up.
Chin up. Chin out.
One more, sorry.
You got a box for me?
Thank you.